beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a beautiful day in the far north of Maine, up along the Canadian border in the Crown of Maine. And I hope you guys are having a nice, warm, sunny summer day wherever you are. I really do hope that you are enjoying yourself. Happy 4th of July week, everybody. We love 4th of July here on the homestead. We not only love celebrating our country's independence, but we like to celebrate my family's illustrious history in building this country. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, I am the 13th generation great-granddaughter of Samuel Gorton, the founder of Warwick, Rhode Island and Providence Plantation, and two-time governor of Rhode Island and Providence plantations. He was a rogue, he was a scoundrel, he was a philosopher, he was a theologist. He created his own religion, Gortonism. He became governor of Rhode Island at the behest of his friend, Roger Williams, who founded Rhode Island and Providence plantations. And the way that he got his governorship was he overthrew the crown. Not once, but twice. He sent General William Coddington packing off of Newport and assumed governorship of the colony. It explains a lot for people who actually know me when they find out my family's history. I have a long history of a family that's been in politics. We've had cousins, we've had in-laws, they've held senatorships, they've held governorships of Rhode Island. So it's just, we've had a long list of politicians that have run through our family, and they do what they do, and a lot of them I want no affiliation with. We also like to celebrate our own independence, our personal independence here on the homestead, because if you've been with the channel for a while, you know we live OG. That's off-grid for all the new people. And we grow a good portion of our own food here on the homestead, except this year we had to put lumber on part of my garden. We're getting a podcast studio. Sacrifices, give a little to get a little. And we just live as close as we can to nature here on the homestead. And it's just wonderful to have the ability to be self-reliant, self-sufficient, ask for very little of the outside world, so to speak, and we enjoy it and we like to celebrate it. Only in America, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. Speaking of only in America, I'm on here to talk about the debate because everybody is waiting of my assessment of the debate. It was an absolute disaster for Joe Biden. It just was a disaster for the sitting president, and it was a win for the former president. It's sad. It's absolutely sad. They whisked Biden off last week, the beginning of last week, before the debate. They whisked him off to Camp David to prepare him, hop him up on the goofballs, and the goofballs really didn't seem to work very well. We all know that there is a problem with the leadership in this country. It is quite evident. I'm not going to hop all over that because see what's going on in the world. You can see the role that we're playing. You can feel the economy. So we don't have to hop all over how bad it is under the Joe Biden presidency. But then after the debate, they whisked him away to Camp David once again to decide whether he should be retired. And after a long weekend of talk, probably negotiation, they decided, the top 10 Democrats in this country decided they're going to keep running him. They're going to keep running Joe Biden. So, looks like we're in for a super bumpy ride, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. This is just going to be an absolute mess. It is a bread and circus moment. We are living in an era of bread and circus. Look over here while we do the thing over here. And I think the focus needs to be not what's going on out there in the world, but what's going on in your home, in your personal finances. Because, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, the only thing that matters to you at this moment is the money coming into your household and the money going out of your household. And that's all that really matters. The inflation doesn't matter. We all know it exists. The prices of everything are going up in the market. We have Bidenvilles. Remember Hoovervilles? Well, we don't remember Hoovervilles because we were not alive during that administration. But we've got Bidenvilles, just like Hoovervilles. They're kind of tucked away these days, and nobody likes to report on them. But all the tent encampments that you see in the media, when you do see them, those are Bidenvilles. Let's be ultra fair about it. Even in Aroostook County, with our deep housing crisis that we have up here, we have shelters. Out very few shelters, but our shelters are full, and our family shelter is, I mean, there's a waiting list to get into our family shelter. So these are not people that want to be homeless. They just found themselves in circumstances financially that they could no longer afford housing, or they moved up here thinking there was going to be housing and there wasn't. So I did a video on that. I'll put the link in the description below on this video. It's a crying shame about the property rights that are being stripped away from us in the state of Maine, and the housing crisis, the homelessness crisis that we have here. And it's not all drugs. It is families that just can't afford the rent anymore. They have jobs. Both parents are working and they are struggling and just can't afford it. And this is what the Biden economy is made up of. So you just got to worry about what money you're taking in and what money you're putting out. You really do need to, during this bread and circus era, you need to go down your list of bills. What debt do you have that you can toss? And I'm not talking a big payoff. I'm talking, what debt do you have that you can alleviate from your life? Are you indebted to the cable company and the cell phone company? Well, what do you need both for? I mean, you really are in an era where we have to start picking and choosing what bills we want to pay. What are we going to pay? So do you need the cable bill at home and the phone bill, where your phone carries a ton of data on it anyways? Everybody has the unlimited plans, and quite frankly, we enjoy our unlimited plan here on the homestead. We don't have extra cable bill. We don't have a television bill. We have the phone, and the phone has our data, and we have hotspots. Then we can connect our computers up, and we can do quick on and off of the computers, and it gets us through a month with no overages. We do pay as you go through US Cellular. Look at that. They have a great pay as you go plan, and we never lose our connectivity to the world. So think about taking the minor debt that you have and get rid of it. It's a bit of a downsize, but when you downsize voluntarily, it does feel a lot better than downsizing in a way that is forced on you by the company because you can no longer pay the bill. We need to stop buying more food, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. People rail at me all the time after I say we need to buy more food on a video. You need to get the damn potato chips out of your basket, and you need to buy shelf-stable food. You can buy shelf-stable milk. Go get your, I think it's Parlayed, whatever the hell it is. It's in a little box. It's liquid milk that is shelf-stable for hard times. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, you're going to be buying your fresh, whole fruits and vegetables and meat for as long as you can, but you need to start putting away shelf-stable items, and you can get the Parliament, whatever the hell, shelf-stable milk for the price of a bag of chips. Put the chips down, put the cookies down, put the garbage food down. Leave it out of the cart and go get yourself some fruits, some vegetables in a can. It's not going to be the best, but you're going to need it in your pantry. You are going to have to build a pantry because they've decided after the debate, things are going to be run the way they are, and they're going to be run right into the damn ground. It's just the way of the world. It is a bread and circus era. Look over here while we do the thing over there. These are interesting times, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. These are dangerous times that we live in because weak men create hard times. And there's a lot of people out there having very hard times. So if you still have the ability to pick and choose what debt to ditch, start ditching it now. I am not a channel that screams the sky is falling when the sky is not falling. I don't do breaking news when the news isn't breaking. But there's a lot of crap going on overseas. There's a lot of crap going on in our country. There's a lot of crap going on in Washington, D.C. right now. It's a big old club, ladies and gentlemen. And you and me, we ain't in it. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, on this wonderful Independence Week, I wish for you a safe, happy holiday. And please appreciate what we have in this country. It's not totally destroyed yet. They're on their way. It is not totally destroyed yet. And we need to appreciate what we have because there very well could be generations under us that will never know the freedoms we grew up under. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, Carpe Diem, because no one promised you a tomorrow.